Hey there guys, welcome to this episode of Landlord Go. In the previous episode, it was shot about 10-15 days ago. Didn't get any time to shoot later and I fell sick and everything was falling apart. But it's going to be episode 49, and in this episode we are going to buy the property trend factories. And there's also obviously we know that we have to do a giveaway which is about 10 billion, but I was thinking that we would do it in episode 50. That would be like, episode 50 and a giveaway. So yeah, for now we will just go through the factory trend. Now this trend pops up a lot in this game. We have seen this every single about every single day. I see this trend, but I couldn't ever find factories. It's like almost impossible. Google does not help. The factory locations on Google are not accurate in this game, or maybe they are listed as something else, but it's not something that actually works in most of the cities and most of the countries. But then I landed here in Leeds in United Kingdom. Just accidentally, I was looking for soccer stadiums, but I couldn't really find any. Leeds United is listed as something else. It's not listed as a soccer stadium. I don't know why, but whatever. But accidentally, near this location, let me just go here. So near this location here, we found about 4 or 5 different properties. There are factories. The trend is at 20% discount right now. I know it's not going to give us instant profit, but it's still a 20% discount, which means that whatever revenue we make is going to be a profit. But for now, let's just go ahead and see what these properties are worth. So majority of the properties have never been bought by anyone. So these are worth about 20 billion and we can pick them up for about 16 billion. Let me just look at other properties. Similar story here, similar story in the practice is worth about 19. We can pick it up for about 15.7, which is also 16 billion. And the same over here. So most of these properties have never been, all of these properties have never been touched by anyone, and that's the reason they have a lower value. 19 billion for a 3-star property is not much, but it's still good enough, and our portfolio is only 235 billion, so 19 billion is a huge amount of value for us. It's about 5%. It's about not 5, it's about 7 to 8% of our portfolio value. So 5 of these properties make up about 40% of our portfolio value, and we are going to go ahead and sell properties to be able to afford these. Now before we do that, I will just likely let you look at my portfolio once, and it is that we own a few properties in Svalbard, a few airports in Iceland and everything else, and we have a lot of blue properties. A lot of these are 2-star properties, and the properties that we're going to sell are mostly going to be these 3-star properties. The reason is that we don't have to sell as many properties as we would need to sell as 2-star properties to achieve the same amount of money. So 3-star properties are mostly the airports, and we don't even own airports that are worth a lot. Only the top 1 or 2 are really worth a lot. Other than that, the airports aren't worth a lot, and we are major shareholders in these properties. Here Lion King is the major shareholder in the top property, and here Longyear Moscow, we are the major shareholder here, which is in Longyearbyen in Svalbard. And if we go into our portfolio here, we have a collection boost of about 24% going on for these properties. Our revenue is about 770 million, which is a lot, but that's because of a 24% collection boost. Other than that, if we try and sell these properties now and drop our collection boost down, our revenue will go down. And also because we're going to level up because of these new properties, our revenue is going to go down. So that's something we have to deal with. It's something that it's the part of the game, so we can't really help it. But anyway, so we have 18.49 billion collected in cash because of the revenue that I have collected in the past 10-15 days that I haven't recorded, and I have 1.82k in coins, and that's because I collected about 1.3k. And after that, there was this thing going on where if you go into the settings here, we can go into support, and then we can go for coins for review, where you write a review and you get coins. That's something that the game does often, but previously you used to get about 100, 110, sometimes I don't know, 200 coins. I didn't see anything more than that ever. But this time it was 500 coins. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do it. Just a review and 500 coins. So you can also check my review out on Google Store. If you're in India, you should be able to see my review because the region is India, obviously. Other countries may not be able to see my review. And anyway, I got my 500 coins. It was really quick. I got it in one day. I just uploaded the screenshot and I got it in one day. Nothing else needed. That's really, really good. So for now, let's go ahead. We have found about 5 properties, right? So 5 properties into 16 billion is about 80 billion, and that's what we need in cash, plus the 10 billion that we're going to give away. So it's going to be 80 plus 10 is 90 billion. We have 20 billion almost, so we need another 70 billion to be able to do our episode number 50, which is going to be a giveaway, which is going to be recorded tomorrow. So let's go ahead and sell this one. Now we're selling this because we are not the major shareholder here, someone else is, and he hasn't even put us an offer yet. So I don't think he's ever going to put us an offer. If he wanted to, he would have done it like a long time ago. But anyway, so let's just go ahead and sell this thing for 26.4 billion, which is great, not an issue. And we have 46.77 billion. Now let's just go ahead and sell the other one where we are the major shareholder. We are going to sell this one as well, which is 26.16 billion. And we have 74.8 billion. So I think we need 6 more billion. But let me just first let's go ahead and buy all the properties with the money that we have. We're not gonna go and spend, sell one more property just to freak out and then realize we don't need that much money. We have done this previously many times with many different properties. So let me just. This is still an issue. The loading takes a lot of time sometime, and we are gonna purchase this property for 16 billion. Let's go here. So the UI has become kind of kind of glitchy again. It wasn't when the update came out. The new UI came out previously about, I don't know, 1 month ago. It was really fast, but now it's kind of like glitchy again. Although they have updated the game again, and that's the reason, maybe that's why this has happened. But whatever. Now we have 10 billion left, and we need about 15 to 16 billion to be able to afford this property. It says 10 billion because we have 10 billion here, but we can only buy 693 shares, which is 700 shares for this property. So yes, we need another 6-7 billion to be able to afford it. Before we do that though, let me just relocate one more time and see if around here somewhere we can find one more property. So let's go here. Now it just says 19 seconds. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of time, but sometimes 19-20 seconds makes a huge difference in the game. We have seen this in previous episodes. Even 6 to 7 seconds makes a lot of difference, and we have seen this in a lot of episodes in this game. So if you really want to check that out, you should watch the entire series. If you're new to this channel, just go ahead and watch the entire series. You'll see that there are a lot of minor things in the game that really matter. That we as normal human beings, we would think, oh, it doesn't matter, but yeah, 16, 20, sometimes even 6 seconds matters a lot. And yes, it does. You can see over here we found another property, okay, which is owned by someone else already. So 49 shares are owned by Dave Barrett, and it's a property that's worth about 20 billion. So we can buy, we would need about 15 billion, to be able to afford the 951 shares that are on the market. There are 49 shares that have already been purchased. So this is a new property. It's not the same one that we just saw. That means we need about about 16 plus 15. So about 30 billion is what we need to be able to afford the other properties. And obviously this 10 billion is just cash that we're going to give away tomorrow in the next episode. So this does not matter. So we need 30 billion more to be able to afford these properties. So let's just go ahead and sell 30 billion worth of our portfolio value. Also, if you can see here, the time that it takes to finish the properties has increased somehow. Has it increased? Looks like it has increased. Yeah, I mean, 1 day 21 hours for a 3-star property is about 20 billion. I think it has increased. It should be about a day, and a day max to max, a day and a half, no more than that. But whatever. So let's just go ahead and sell this property here. Not level up. I'm gonna sell it. I'm sorry. We are the top shareholder though. We own 683 shares for this property. This one is in Alexander. I think this is in Iceland, right? I don't really remember, but I think this is in Iceland. And we are selling airports, not the other property, because obviously the Marina Harbor property that we own also is pretty easy to find, but the airports are every fucking where, right? So you don't really have to worry about airports. And about the scream, we have a baby in the house with two babies, so they're screaming, and that's also one of the reasons I couldn't really record. So sometimes they cry, sometimes they scream, so you will hear that in the background. Just ignore it. So we have 34 billion, and we need 30 billion, right? So we'll just, first of all, let's just buy the properties and then figure out what we need to sell to be able to do our giveaway, right? So 951 shares for this property is 15 billion. Let's go ahead and pick this up. And now that we have 1.8k coins, I mean it's 1,800 coins, it's really not an issue if we ever run out of slots. Like for example, over here we can see we all have only 45 property slots, and 41 slots are already full. You can see it in here in the top. I'm clicking right now. I hope you can see this dot. And then we have the lawyer slots as well. We only have 12, but we have enough coins to be able to afford this. I mean, 250 coins for one more lawyer slot, and Tycoon is 90 coins. So we can easily afford these things if we ever run out of these. So let's go ahead and relocate back to the location that we were in so we can find the other property that we were looking at. It's going to take about 20 seconds, and I cannot watch the ad, so we'll just, wait 20 seconds. Okay, so here we are. We have successfully relocated, and I hope we can find it. Yeah, we can. It's right here. It's the Astra Park. It's a different property, isn't it? Or it's the same one? Is it the same one? Okay, 15 billion. Okay, let's just pick this up first, and then we'll figure out. I think this is a different property we just found. It's not the same one. I don't remember the names, but I don't think this is the same one. Let me just, go to the map view. It's not the same one because the one that we needed to find was inside this area. It wasn't outside this area. This little road here. Let me just, this little. Okay. Let me turn off the relocation just a second. So this little road here. Oh my god, this is so horrible. So I hope you can see this little road here that makes a section here. I think it was inside this section, it wasn't outside this section. So let me just relocate one more time, I think towards the end of the road on this direction. Let me just do this once. I hope we can find the property here. It's going to take 16 seconds, so let's just wait 16 seconds. Okay, so we have successfully relocated to this different area, but it's not here. So let me just go back to this section here. Somewhere around here is where we found it initially. So I'm just going to relocate my agent here, and it's going to take 38 seconds. So I'm going to skip this part and edit. Okay, so we have relocated, and upon zooming out, we found a property that's different, right? So we have Leeds Bronze Engineering, which we still haven't bought, which we can buy 1,000 shares for about, let me see, about 15-20 billion, right? Okay, so this is one of the properties that we can pick up. So let me just, sell one of the airports to be able to afford it. So MIAL is an airport we can sell for 10 billion, right? So we will not be able to afford the entire property with this airport, but this is the most expensive property in our portfolio right now that is not doing the paperwork. So we don't have another option, right? We can't really sell anything more expensive. So we have about 14.48 billion in cash, which enables us to buy this Leeds Engineering, Bronze Engineering thing for 15 or 14 billion. So not all the shares. We can obviously afford all the shares, but before we do that, let me just come here. Let me first of all scroll down. It's just 13 minutes more for the trend, so not an issue. So let's just move here first, okay? We want to move here to see if there are other properties in this area. So if there are other properties, we can sell more properties and pick these up. I'm sorry about my voice cracking sometimes. It's because I have a lot of cold and cough and not really feeling well, but we have to record this thing because we stumbled upon a really big gold mine this time, so we have to record this thing. About 20 more seconds, I'll just get this part and edit. Okay, so we have relocated this area, and judging from this map here, it's a 3D map because obviously this game also supports 3D map. It looks like this is an area with a lot of godowns and factories. So let's just you look at this and it looks like a godowns and factories area, but we will just zoom out and find out if that's true. And also go into our property listing, and it's not true. So there are other things in the area. So Astra Park was only one of the properties that we could buy that was outside of this little zone that we just looked at. And maybe if we can do one more search, over here in this area, if you can find 3 or 4 more properties, we will just entirely, rebuild our portfolio. Our portfolio was 235 billion before I started this episode, so it was 20% addition to that would happen because these properties are at a discount of 20%. But there is a speculator that is also, helping build the value of the portfolio. So the entire value of the portfolio may not be 25 billion, because of the speculator, but that doesn't matter because the new properties will also be speculated higher than the previous one. So the entire maths works out that it's going to be a 20% difference. So 20% of 235 billion is about 46 billion, 46 billion, about that much money, 47 billion. So a lot of money, right? It's not a less amount of money. And we have found one more property here, which is Fastbox, which is worth about the same, 15 billion, 15 to 16 billion. You'll notice that we cannot buy all of the shares because we don't have that much money. We can only buy 807, so it's about a 15, 16 billion property. So we can sell, we need another, what is it, 15 plus 15, 30 billion. So we need another 30 billion to be able to afford the 2 properties that we just looked at. And you can see that the game is glitchy. The UI has gone down bad. I mean, developers needs to fix this. It was one of the best UI in the game when the update came out. One of the best UI ever was about a month ago when the update came out. But then they updated the game 1 or 2 more times again, and they added a few new buttons and things, but it just messed up with the UI really bad. Apart from that, we have 25.19 billion now. Let's talk about this here. Sell this, and the reason we're overselling is because we have 35 billion and we need 30 billion, but because we have to do the giveaway tomorrow anyway, it doesn't really matter. Our revenue has dropped down to 649.18 million, and that's also including the properties that haven't finished the paperwork yet. So that's one of the things. Let me just pick this up first. So I really am glad that I stumbled upon this in Leeds. It's a city in the UK. I have shown you the location. I will show it one more time after we done completely relocate, buying all the properties today. So okay, relocating to which area? Probably over here. Yeah, let's just do over here. 23 seconds. Not an issue. We will skip this part in the edit, and I will wait 27 seconds. Okay, so we have relocated. Let me zoom out, and the UI is still pretty glitchy. It's not yet fixed. Let me just go to the property listing, and we don't have anything. Great. So let's do one last search, I guess. Not more than one more. Why should we search though? I really don't know where to search. Let me just, about the Leeds United Stadium, by the way. I was looking at this property here, but it turns out it's not the Leeds United Stadium. For some reason, it's called Leeds United Stadium, whatever the association's name is, but it's not listed as a stadium. It's listed as something else. That's a sports center or something like that. But and it's not that expensive. I mean, I was hoping that soccer stadiums would be really expensive in the EPL because of the, the fame. I mean, you know how famous EPL is, right? But it's not that famous, and it's not that listed in the game. I don't know why. Maybe the game developers don't really like football. Who knows? So let me just relocate. It's gonna take about a minute and 16 seconds. So I'm just gonna restart my game so we can see the ads again. Maybe don't really have that much time. We cannot really afford to spend a minute and 16 seconds on relocating. So I'll just be back and cut this all part out in it. So here we are in this new location, but I don't think there are any properties here. Nothing, right? So let's just relocate one last time and go back to the original location that we started in to be able to buy the bronze engineering. And our ads have re-enabled. So this is the thing. I just restart the games and the ads re-enable. Sometimes they just disappear for some reason. I don't know why. But the ads are really important. We don't really have that much time. We can't really afford that much time on traveling, right? So we need the ads, and I hope that this is working though. Yeah, it's working. So it was 40 seconds left on the clock, but we can still relocate, and that means that it's working. That's really great. So 19 more billion. Yeah, let's just spend all of that on this property first, and then we will try finding one more property If you find it, it's great. If you don't, it doesn't matter because 3.51 billion is nothing. We need another 7 billion to be able to do the giveaway tomorrow. So that's not an issue. Let me just go back to the agent. Sorry about that. Map view. So some new buttons have been added. The back button does not work. We need to click the map view button now to be able to go back to the map, and that's okay. That's not a bad deal. A bad thing. It's not an issue. But it takes some time to get used to this thing. Anyway, so which area should we do? I think we will do this area here. I haven't looked at this area yet. I think we haven't looked at this area yet. So let me just skip this with a button and I'll be back. Okay, so we are here. Let me just zoom out. And there is a different thing here. It's not a factory. I don't know what it's called. The symbol is a little different. And it's visible, but the factories aren't. And this is worth, what is it, 777 million only. It's not in billions, and that's pretty not so inspiring. Anyway, so that's all. I think we will not be looking for more properties. We have 3.51 billion in cash. But before we leave this screen, let me just give you the exact location. It's in Leeds. I'm just going to zoom out and you can hopefully find the exact location here. The zooming out has become pretty glitchy, but yeah, I hope you can find this location. North of Sheffield. It's not really north. I mean, the map is rotated a little bit. So north of Sheffield and northwest of Sheffield, north of Sheffield, and it's in the east of Liverpool and west of Kingston upon Hull, north of Nottingham, and it's in Leeds. Let me just zoom in one more time. Let me just clear all the names. How do you do that? I think we will go into the land area because land properties are less. Oh, it's not less. Anyway, you can see it's in Leeds, and the map is rotating because the glitchiness has fucked up the entire UI again. But anyway, so we found a lot of properties. Let me just go here. We will see here we are at 270 billion now. Let me claim all of this. We're at 270 billion and we still have 3.15 billion left in cash. That's really amazing. In the leaderboard, we were at 38. We are now at 34. Amazing stuff here. I didn't expect. I mean, I was hoping about 250 billion. 270 is a lot, but that's amazing. That's really great, and that's what a 20% discount makes. So I think that's all for this video. Our revenue has jumped up actually. It didn't go down. I'm surprised it didn't go down. 788.84 million. Even though we had the property boost, which is now at 20%. It was at 24%, but it's now at 20%. But we gained property boost here, 8% property boost here, and that's the reason our revenue actually went up and not didn't go down, even though we leveled up. But we are at level 199 now, about to hit 200, and our paperworks will finish in about 2 days. So we have enough time to do our giveaway. Obviously, we will be selling a property to be able to afford the giveaway. We will maybe need to sell something like here, this one. So we have 3.51 billion right now. If we go ahead and sell this, it's going to give us 6.3 billion, but I'm not going to sell it right now because obviously it's going to be one more day till I record a new episode. So I don't want to lose on one more days of revenue, right? So I think, yeah, that's all for today's episode. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. And sorry for the delay. I mean, I was going to upload every day, but it's not really possible. I'm not going to be able to upload every day even now because the kids are here. They're about 10, 11 months old, two kids. It's a havoc. They have wreaked havoc over the entire house. It's not really possible to record every day, and the property slots are occupied for 2 days. So yeah, we do have to give the giveaway, and that's the reason we will be able to fill in the gap for 2 days. But other than that, we don't really have enough content to be able to do 2 days. And then to create content, I came up with a few ideas. A few players in the top ranks came up with a few ideas, and we talked about a few ideas that we can do. So we'll see about that later on, but for now I think this is all. And the new trend has popped up, which is a baseball field, which I have seen like 3 times today itself. So it's just 1 star, so I'm not really interested in it. For newer players, you might be interested in it because it's a 40% discount. So it doesn't matter if your portfolio is about 100 million or something like that. This is a really good trend for you. 40% is a lot of money. I mean, it's an instant 20% profit. So 100 million plus 20 million is an instant profit if you can find these properties. I don't know how to find baseball stadiums, and they are only 1 star, so I'm not really interested in it. But if you're a lower ranked new player, you should be able to be interested in this property. It's popping up a lot in India. My region is India, so maybe trends differ region wise. I'm not so sure, but whatever it is, if it doesn't differ, or if it differs, whatever, go ahead and uh, keep an eye on your game, and this trend pops up a lot. So yeah, that's all, and thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and also don't miss a new video. And to do that, to ensure that you don't miss a new video, just hit the bell icon so you don't miss a new video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time in a new video.